Good afternoon, sir. I am Chetna Chaudhary from Section E BCom LLB and I am here to present my topic, that is measurement of national income in India. Rather than directly jumping to the methods of national income, I would like to discuss the term national income. That is, national income refers to money value of all goods and services during an accounting year. Furthermore, if we head back to the history of national income in India, we came to know about two aspects. One is before independence and the other one is after independence. Before independence, Dadabhai Naoroji was the first person to calculate national income and he was pioneer in this field. But he used non-scientific method. After independence, Dr. B.K.R.V. Rao was the first person to adopt scientific method. He divided Indian economy into two parts. One is agricultural sector and the other one is corporate sector. In agriculture sector, he included agriculture, forest, fishing and hunting. While in corporate sector, he included industries, construction, business, transport and public services. In agriculture sector, he included product method and in corporate sector, he used income method. By combining both and adding net factor income from abroad to it, we got national income at that time. National Income Committee was appointed in 1949. Since 1955, national income estimates were calculated by Central Statistical Organizations. Furthermore, CSO divided Indian economy into three parts: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Primary sector included agriculture, forestry, fishing, mining and quarrying. Secondary sector included manufacturing, power generation, gas and water supply. Tertiary sector included transport, communication and trade, banking and insurance, public administration, computer software, defense and external trade, etc. CSO uses different methods like product, income and expenditure method. National income can be calculated at current prices or at constant prices. National income does not include data from black money, income from domestic work, and from illegal activities like smuggling, gambling, etc. So there are three methods of calculating national income: product or value added method, income method and expenditure method. Product or value added method focuses on value added to a product at each stage of production. It also concentrates on net value added by each component, excluding consumption of raw materials, consumption of capital and net indirect taxes. In income method, national income is estimated in terms of factor payments like compensation of employees, rent, interest and profit of factors of production like land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship during an accounting year. It can be calculated as compensation of employees at operating surplus. Rent, interest and profit are a part of operating surplus and including mixed income. Mixed income refers to the income generated by self-employed person using their own resources, that is factors of production. Expenditure method includes expenditure on purchase of final goods and services produced in an economy during an accounting year. It includes private final consumption expenditure, government final consumption expenditure, investment expenditure and net exports. Net exports here refers to exports minus imports during an accounting year. In India, CSO uses a combination of product or value added method and income method to calculate national income. Product or value added method includes agricultural and industrial sectors. Income method includes commerce, transport and banking. Expenditure method is not used in our country due to lack of availability of accurate and complete statistical data. Moreover, people in our country is not in habit of preparing their own personalized expenditures accounts. We can say that industrial sector prepare their own book of records, but that's not same in the case of agricultural sector. So there is no question of using expenditure method in country like ours. So there are many problems in measuring national income. I will discuss it one by one. So first is exclusion of real transactions. Those transactions which are marketed, that is, the goods are purchased and sold only through the market, are recorded in national income. But the transactions which are non-marketed, that is barter system, and the transactions at personal levels are not included in national income. Second one is the value of leisure. Some of the time is spent in recreational activities like household services, which we are not paid for. That is also not included in national income. Cost of environmental damage. the cost of environmental damage, that is the cost of air pollution, water pollution, and the dirty environment is not excluded from the market value of final goods and services. So it should be included in national income as a subtraction from the goods and services. The underground economy in our country, the underground economy is very vast, like smuggling, drug trading, and gambling, etc. has also a great impact on value of goods and services, but it is also excluded from national income. The fifth one is transfer payments and capital gains. Transfer payments and capital gains are also excluded from national income. Transfer payments can be personal, private, and government. Valuation of inventories. So inventories have a dual transaction, so it is also excluded from national income. Self-consumption. In India, agriculturist uses some part of their product for their own use, but it is also not included in GDP, that is national income. Lack of official records, lack of reliable data is also a major problem in calculating national income. Imputed income such as rent from houses, etc. are also not included in national income. And the last one is valuation of government services. The services which government provide free to us are also excluded from national income. So these are the major problems in measuring national income. So at last I would like to discuss the objectivity of my project. The objective of this project was to learn about national income estimates used in India before independence and after independence, national income estimates used in India in today's date, and the methods to calculate national income, and last, the problems of measuring the national income. So this was all about my project presentation. Thank you, sir.